Hello, welcome to Atrocious Gameplay. We are here today playing some Golurk. Now, this is a very interesting deck. It is definitely rogue and definitely what one would call budget because this plays absolutely no supporters in this deck. No Guzmahala, no Cynthia and Kayla, no Mallow, Lana, no Boss's Orders, nothing like that. This is truly the definition of a budget build as of right now in Rebel Clash. The main idea, no supporters in your discard pile. You never use the supporters, so Fist of Antiquity or Antiquity or whatever it is, 160 damage on your opponent's Pokemon for just a double colorless that is either a twin energy or a triple acceleration. As you see, you've got ways to dig though with things like Acrobike. You can find some Pokemon through the Great Balls. You have Crushing Hammers to kind of stall out your opponent, Pokemon Catchers to gust things up, Tool Scrappers, so maybe you prevent things like Jirachi being able to retreat, Big Charms being used, things of that nature. And the deck is not terribly bad. Zebstrika is your main engine for drawing cards, which is an ability. So discard your hand, draw 4 cards. Very interesting, using a lot of other decks. But let's go into our first game now. And yes, it is going to be them going first. So probably playing some sort of welder build. I don't know exactly what that would be, but having this Autono here actually isn't that bad. Autono Hearing lets you draw a card, so at least we get some sort of extra draw support. Playing some Jirachi, that can mean a whole bunch of different things. Probably Baby Blounds. Yep, that was a great idea. Beastbringer's not really going to help them at all, but we can get around at least the escape board with the Tool Scrapper ability. You're going to be able to go Fiery Flint, try to do some stuff with that. But the thing is, against Baby Blounds, we're really trying... Thank you for throwing away that switch, by the way. We're really trying now to go into and try to have them run out of fire energies. That would be our main concern going on right now. So we're going to discard both of these things because we can. We are going to Hearing to draw 1. Sienna Golette, so that's actually really nice. We have the triple acceleration there as well. We will get a Golurk. I think that's probably the best idea as of right now. It's going to be looking like, I would assume that they have Welder in there, so this Autono is probably going to get blown up. I would rather not leave Golette there, but Blitzel, having that Blitzel is very nice as well. And we are going to flip Tails on that. We will be able to attack next turn with the Golurk, and hopefully somehow we can get a... get a Zebstrika of some sort, so then we can't have that engine like I was talking about earlier. But the interesting thing is here, the shuffle 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Ordinary Rod does not work for triple acceleration or the twin energy, so we want to be we want to really be able to grab the different things that we need. Here's going to be the Whirlpool Suction. I bet they have Welder right now. This is our only attacker, so I think we're going to go ahead and give Blitzel because both of these kind of draw cards. I think this is probably the best idea. But maybe they don't even have a Welder in their hand. It would surprise me if they didn't, but they've thrown away a lot of cards actually, and they're not going to have the Welder. Interestingly enough, we're going to go ahead and Great Ball because we have no other way to switch. We're going to get a Golurk, which isn't super great, but we're going to throw it right here. We are going to switch into this guy, and we are going to attach the triple acceleration for the Fist of Antiquity to take a knockout here. Now, we're going to... Ooh, that's a really good prize off the deck, and they're probably going to attach an energy right here. Probably blow us up, I would think. We're going to have to lead off with Autono and use Zebstrika. But first, before we do that, we would Ordinary Rod this stuff back into it. And here's the Fireball Circus. So, sadly, we cannot take a knockout next turn. I don't know why they used 4 energies. They really could have just used 3, but... I'm never going to question my opponent in some of those things. We're going to evolve into Zebstrika right here. We're going to Ordinary Rod. shuffle the 2 Pokemon because we need a Golett as soon as possible. Maybe they can't find a basic Pokemon at all, so we really want to knock them out in this sense. We're going to sprint first. I feel like sprint is a better option to use first. And we do get a Golett, which is really, really nice. We're also going to get a Hearing off. And there's another Zeb Striker right there. And so we're just going to have to use these Acrobikes. We're going to grab this Pokemon Catcher because we already have a Zeb Striker right here. And then we're going to use this again to grab... I think probably what I would grab, because this only has a 1 retreat cost, we have the Escape Board. I think I'd rather just grab another Pokemon Catcher right here, and then we're just going to pass. Because again, we cannot evolve. We cannot attack this turn, so hopefully there's another Jirachi, so we won't get the donk, but they're going to have to take another knockout here, which I don't know how low their hand is right now. They've got 3 fires, and I'm not 100% sure what this other card is. So they're going to be attaching here to be able to retreat, I guess. So there's that. Still this unknown card right here. And now they have 2 unknown cards. But we're going to use this Golett. And we're going to have a Pokeball. So we're going to have a little bit of chance going on right here. I think we whack into this Blacephalon if at all possible. So hopefully we can grab it off of here. We do. We're going to grab this Golurk. Not in a position really to get the Sableye as of right now, but it is not out of the realm. We're going to sprint away these cards. Probably should have attached, but it's all right because we do grab this Twin Energy right here. That is very, very good. We're also going to Pokecom this Golurk away to grab... probably actually grab another Golett. We probably want another one on the bench. And then I think I'm going to sprint again, despite having another triple acceleration in my hand. So we're going to be moving some stuff around. We're going to grab a Pokeball to go get this Sableye here. And then we're probably... I think we may just keep this Pokeball right here. I think I'm going to actually go ahead and use the Pokeball. It doesn't matter anyways because we didn't get it. We're going to Excavate. We want to keep that card at the top of the deck. So we want to keep that right there. And we're going to use the Fist of Antiquity. They're going to draw off a bunch of cards with the Lucky Egg. So smart by them doing that. Hopefully that doesn't really get them going as much in terms of finding another Blacephalon. And an Acrobike's not that bad. An Acrobike's not that bad to start off the next turn. They are going to get a Blacephalon though. 2 Blacephalons actually. But I'm not 100% sure if they're going to be able to Welder. Maybe they'll get it off the Acrobikes. Maybe they don't even have enough fires. They threw away a Jirachi there. They can, yeah, still Stellar Wish because Jirachi is Jirachi. But they're going to have to find an Escape Board or a Switch, I would assume. Finding that Welder there, they may already have some of those options. They may already have some of those options. So let's see. They're going to Welder on there. So that is 5 energies, 6, 7, 8. They're going to have to use Victini Prism in this matchup to really have a lasting impact and to be able to play the long game with us. So throwing away another Welder there. Oh, that's very interesting. They may have a Welder already in their hand right now. Feeling confident about that. They do have the Escape Board. They are probably going to take a knockout on this Golurk. Unless they just leave Jirachi here in the active, which I don't think would be a good idea considering you attach the Escape Board. But I guess here, that's why they threw away the Welder, because they're just going to put those 2 back into the deck. So switching into this guy, need 3 energies, not 4. Alright, so they're going to grab 3. They are already down 2 crystals here. They're down 2 fiery flints. So they're going to be able to find energy pretty nicely. Again, using 200. Not 100% sure why my opponent's using 200. But we are going to go ahead and bring up this Golett. Here's a Golurk. We're going to go into that guy. We're going to acro bike. We are going to grab this Golett because we want him on the bench. We will sprint. Moving right along. We do get a twin energy right here, which is very, very nice. We do have this Zebstrika as a pivot Pokemon. We are going to put this Golurk here, and I think we're going to sprint again. And here we go. We can do Crushing Hammers. I'm not 100% sure if I want to use a Crushing Hammer, at least right now, but we will Acrobike. We're going to grab this Golurk, and we're going to probably not dig too much longer. We're already down both of our ordinary rods, so we'll just see how the cookie crumbles now. We're not going to think about the Pokeball or really even the Excavate, but we'll use Fist of Antiquity. Fist, whatever it's called. Take a knockout there. Collect this prize. Another Audino. Bench is a little bit full now, though. We probably didn't need to also bench this Golett, in all honesty, because we have 2 of them already in the discard. One right here, and I think we're down both ordinary rods, or at least all of our ordinary rods, so could be a little tough. We will put this Audino down, though. It's got the Acrobikes. Needs 1 more energy. Maybe grabbed it. They decided not to grab the other Acrobike. They Acrobiked away an Acrobike. So they probably have another way to get an energy into play, at least. This is where Crushing Hammer could make the difference, discarding this right there. They have a couple welders in their deck, though. So here comes the Heat Factory. Maybe looking to draw 3 more cards. We'd definitely be okay with that. Keeping mindful of how many cards my opponent has in their deck. Really chugging away more cards. Alright, just whiffing that right there. And we'll see if they don't have an energy, we will be able to take a knockout and kind of become a little bit more favored in the prize trade. But I'm not 100% sure how the prize trade could go. They could do Fion. And Fion would actually be not that bad. We'll give him the Sableye. We'll give him the Sableye, make him think. Because, I mean, these 2 are very, very supportive. These 2 are very, very nice for our deck. They're going to need 2 energies. There are 2 energies right there and right there. But this saves a Golurk, which is huge. And if we can save Golurks more than they can save Blacephalons, we'll be in great shape as well. So they're going to blow up this Sableye. All they need is 2 energies. Maybe they commit 3. They only commit 2. We are going to promote this Golurk right here. We're going to promote this Golurk. We're going to evolve this Golurk. And then I'm also going to put down this Audino right here. I don't think Crushing Hammers are going to be a big deal yet. I don't even want to sprint, to be honest, because we can see the rest of our deck if we really want to. But Fist of Antiquity, boom, right there, takes a knockout. We're going to draw a prize card. Mysterious Treasure, not necessarily going to help us, I don't think. Actually, it could help us find... no, just kidding. I don't think Mysterious Treasure is going to help us that much. But the Crushing Hammers are really going to help us if we can get the energies. They are down 1 energy retrieval. They just threw away a Fiery Flint, so I don't know if they have a lot of energies left in the deck. Cramorant, so they're probably going to shoot down maybe a Zebstrika. But 160, that is just far away from 170. So maybe we could benefit from a Vitality Band in this list. I know Cramorant is used in some decks. I'm not 100% sure, though, how it works on the math in terms of other matchups. But looking around on this Jirachi, probably looking for some sort of welder, I would assume, right? I would assume you want to welder every single turn. Throwing away these two Pokemon catchers sadly got them a little too early, as well as the ordinary rod. We only got to utilize one of our ordinary rods because we had to throw the other away in order to keep up with the prize trade in this game. And they did get the welder. They did get the welder. If they do welder, though, so they are going to be attacking with this Blacephalon. We are going to be down. Oh, and there's the Victini. This is basically their trump card. If we still had a Pokemon catcher, though. Oh, and they decide to just go ahead and pass. That is very, very interesting. We're going to Tool Scrapper this away. Click that, please. Thank you. We're going to Tool Scrapper that away. And I don't even think I still want to dig. Maybe I'll go Pokeball, probably. I will go get a Pokeball. We have plenty of attacking cards in there. And we still have two Pokemon catchers. So, honestly, this game is pretty much over. Because we can see the rest of our deck through those. We do have a switch here in hand. We're just going to use Fist of Equity. And they can take a knockout. But we've set ourselves up pretty well. And there's another ordinary rod, thank goodness, but it's a little too late. It doesn't actually matter too much because they decided not to welder, and there goes that last Pokemon. And it's likely that we are going to get a twin energy of some sort or a triple acceleration, because it looks like they're going to welder onto this Victini to take a knockout. Or they're going to go with Blacephalon GX. That would be a very, very interesting play. We'll see who they go with. I think Cramorant also could have been a good call here. 5 cards left. Energy Retrieval, they took 1. So they decided to do 1. Do they have another energy in hand? If they don't retreat because they need a switch of some sort. So there's a switch going into that Blacephalon. Could Bursting Burn or Burst GX. I know that he used Energy Retrieval to go get 2 energies. Were those the last 2 energies? And one of the 2 other energies is in this deck. He could have to decide between Bursting Burn and Mind Blown. I think Bursting Burn and Burst GX. I think Burst GX is probably the better play because this is a 2-hit KO, so that's an empty hand. So there's no Pokemon in there, no basic Pokemon. So what are they looking for? What are they looking for exactly? Can they even welder? I definitely think we sprint, though, right here, because we do have 2 Pokemon catchers in here. We get 2 opportunities to take one of these 2 Pokemon right here. This is essentially the wall Pokemon that we have to fight off. There's a Fire Crystal, so they are going to be able to attach. So basically, now we are on a time clock. I think we ought to know first before we go ahead and sprint. So there's that. They're going to have no energy, though. No energy, down 1, 2 welders, so there are more welders. Here's the Burst GX. They threw away the Oricorio, so all they need to do now is take a knockout. Here's a triple XL. So honestly, we have to go and hit the heads. We do have to go hit the heads here. And they didn't take a knockout, so we can't go into this Autono. I don't think, because we're down 3 switches. We're already down in a skateboard, I believe. Yes, we're down to skateboards that we can't go into Autono, so Sprint is our only option. I know that we'll have less cards in hand. This is the final turn of the game anyways. And there's a Pokemon catcher right there. We're going to throw it up. And it is going to be a heads. This is going to be a GG's for our opponent. And there we go. That is how you beat Baby Blowns. You beat it with Golurk. Rogue deck versus meta deck. 1 prizer versus 1 prizer. Them with that Baby Blacephalon not getting the attack off was very, very helpful to us. Moving on to another matchup. I think this could be another Baby Blacephalon match, which we had just beaten before. They had Lightning, Grass, Fire, Normal. kind of has a little bit of the combination of it. Could be a couple different other things as well. Starting again with 2 ordinary rods. Definitely not something that I love starting with. But you know what? We are starting first. We're going to put down these 2 blitzels. Having the 2 blitzels is very, very nice though right now. And it looks like it's going to be a firebox deck. We'll see how this goes. I don't think that I want a Pokeball, to be honest, because there's no way that I could go into an Audino to use Audino's ability. I think I'm just going to pass. But definitely with this deck, if you're looking to maybe just play something rogue, maybe you have a lot of the meta stuff right now, you could replace kind of the Audinos and the Sableyes with the Jirachis. You do run escape boards, you do run switches, so Jirachis are viable in this deck. I just wanted to make this a little bit more budget for you people watching this video. So we'll see how this goes. Looking for a Pokemon, discarded early, also used the Heat Factory early. I guess they grabbed the Quick Ball off the Heat Factory, but we'll see what they get out of this. Going to be using the Vulpix. I would think that they target the Blitzels and these Zebstricas once they evolve. So it's going to be imperative for us to be able to use Fist of Antiquity on the Ninetales sooner rather than later. Are going to thin out a little bit with the Fiery Flint. I think maybe they don't have Welder going on right now, but they can attach. Didn't necessarily do a ton in our first turn, so they could use Spreading Flames since they are going to be getting another basic attacker, and I believe they still have an energy in their hand. They should, but they're going to Dedenne. That's going to be like 8 energies in the discard pile already. I mean, this deck does play 18 energies if it is Firebox, but 18 energies is a ton. Or I'm sorry, 8 energies is a lot for your first turn of the game. Looking to use Heat Factory even more. Decided to throw away a Cramorant and a Ninetales. That's actually very, very interesting. Golurk doesn't hit a one-hit KO on the Victini. So very, very interesting. You wouldn't at least put Cramorant down, because again, you want to snipe, and not using the Turtonator either. Probably a good call in my opinion at discarding energies. Heatran probably better, because once again it survives at least one of the hits from Golurk. And if I was my opponent, I would just Spreading Flames 3 right onto the Heatran. I could actually spread them around, but I think because you survive a hit, Heatran is fine to use. So we're going to start off. We are going to be able to get a Mysterious Treasure. I think I want to get rid of the reset stamp for this. We're going to grab this Golurk right here. Probably could have grabbed a Golett because we can't guarantee with coin flips that we get Pokemon. So this is probably a little greedy of us. But going to whiff that one. But going to hit that one. We are going to grab Zebstrika so then we can run away or sprint. Run away is a different ability. And again, going to throw away the 2 ordinary rods. Feels bad, but you know what? That's the name of the game. We're going to go there. We are going to get a Golett there, and then we are going to come and I think we're going to Pokemon Catcher. Playing a lot of coin flips, we're going to Pokemon Catcher. Going to whiff on that, so we're going to have to swing into this Victini. Maybe we'll get it later. But 160 right there. I bet, willing to bet, that they at least attach Retreat into Heatran. And Heatran just kind of blows me up. Thankfully, though, I don't take a one-hit KO off of a Steaming Stomp. He's going to have to Hot Burn GX this turn if he wants to take out this Golurk and me not get a chip shot. So that is good news. But we'll see how my opponent wants to play this. But they would actually need to Welder because already using the Heat Factory, I believe. Yep, they've already used Heat Factory. There's the switch. They're going to bring that 1 energy up. That is what I was going to say there. I was going to say that they either need to Welder after they manually switch and retreat, or they're going to have to bring this energy up. Decided not to bring the energies. Maybe they have Welder in hand already. 6 energies gone. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 have been seen in play at least. They're going to decide to hot burn GX. That does take a knockout, but I would have... I don't know. We're going to bring this Golurk up. Hopefully we can find another Golurk. We will be able to get to Pokeball. We will be able to find the Pokeball. We're going to grab a... We're probably actually going to grab a Zebstrika so then we can double sprint out of this. That's probably our best bet. Sees 8 cards instead of just 4. Then we're going to sprint the first time because Tool Scrapper does not work. We do get a Twin Energy and 2 Triple Accelerations go away. That's not good, but we're going to shuffle both of these guys back in there. There's 3 Ordinary Rods down. Never like to see that, especially those 2 Triple Accels as well. And we're going to find a Golurk, which is super awesome. We're going to put a Golurk down as well. We're going to Acrobike. We are going to grab this Triple Acceleration. I feel like Triple Acceleration is better because we've already thrown away 2 Triple Accelerations and we've lost a Twin Energy. So, Fist of Antiquity. Take a whack on that guy. And then we'll go on. Eventually, everybody. He's not going to be able to keep dancing around. Eventually, he's going to have to take prizes, whether that is 2 off of this Dedenne, 2 off of this Victini, 2 off of this Heatran. Maybe even this Vulpix if he still can't find a Ninetales, or he puts the Reshiram in. I have seen a lot of lists lately, though, of Firebox not use the Reshiram and Charizard. I believe the Limitless Qualifier, the person who won the second Limitless Qualifier, didn't actually play a Reshiram and Charizard. Instead, played 2 Heatrans and a couple other interesting things. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do, though. They are going to be up at least 1 on the prize trade. Going to decide to throw away an Eldegoss. I don't believe they've used a Welder yet. They have not. And there is a Jirachi. So maybe they have a switch into the Jirachi right now. Yep, they are going to do that. Maybe they decide to leave Jirachi in the active. I highly doubt it. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. I'm also kind of surprised that they didn't go for a Ninetales. Maybe they don't have the 2 Fire Energies. I think they do because they Giant Hearth before they Pokecon'd, I believe. And there's a Welder, probably going to the Victini, maybe? Not 100% sure. If they do decide to Victini, though, they Welder 2 onto Victini. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to be 150 take for a knockout there off of the Energy Burst. Because this Twin Energy acts as 2 normal energy. Or, I'm sorry, 2 colorless energy. My apologies. But the good news is if we do get a response with a Golurk, which we have 3 in the deck still, because we did an Ordinary Rod for 1 back into it, we could be sitting a little pretty. And then if they decide to maybe go in with Zebstrika, that's fine. We'll use Golurk and take a knockout. They are going to go in right here. They're going to use Energy Burst. We're going to reply with 2 prizes of our own to even out the prize trade a little bit. We're going to promote this Golurk. I'm going to prematurely attach the Triple Acceleration. I can attach the Triple Acceleration onto it. That's a good point. I thought you could attach to it, except it would be 1 colorless, but know your cards, folks. Know your cards. I think we're going to want to KO this Victini, so we're going to leave this in the active. Not going to worry about Pokemon Catcher. And here comes the Acrobike. We're also going to put this Sableye down. We're going to have our pivot Pokemon be the Sableye. We're going to Acrobike. We're going to grab this Golurk, which is nice, and then we have another sprint to go. I think I'm actually going to go into this Sableye just in case, because we do have free retreat on it. And exactly, because we didn't get the Twin Energy, my retreat into the Audino. Might want to try to do that. If we go... Let's go Pokemon Catcher. Let's bring up this Dedenne. Maybe he can't retreat it. I think maybe we Mysterious Treasure away for another Golurk. We have one more Golurk in the deck, so who knows if we'll be able to get it going. A skateboard, we actually want that on top. We actually want that on top. So we're going to leave that there. We are going to retreat into the Autono. We're going to use Hearing. And then we're kind of just going to leave the skateboard in our hand. The reason that I'm not attaching it to a Pokemon is because if they get a switch or some sort and they get to take a knockout here, that the skateboard is just essentially going to be thrown away. And we want a couple different pivot Pokemon. So I would attach this probably to the Zebstrika. So here we go. They decided to throw away a Welder. I hate it when people throw away welders. They decided no more fire energies. They have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in right now. I imagine they probably have at least one in their hand if I had to take a guess. They're going to be able to retreat into whichever Pokemon they want. I will be able to take a knockout on it though. Ideally, they should go in, or I would ideally want them to go into Victini, but if they're smart, they go into Heatran because with Heatran, they can take a knockout, and I take a knockout on them, and then they can reply again with a knockout with the Victini afterwards. But if I had something like Triple Acceleration, which I don't know if I would because I'm out almost of Triple Accelerations, I'm also down 2 Twin Energies, so that's a pretty good feels bad in this situation. They might leave up, yep, Jirachi. Unless they have another switch card. We're down 3 Pokemon catchers, so we have only 1 gusting effect left. If we can bring out, there's going to be that as Tool Scrapper, so that is very, very good. That is very, very good. Using up that Tool Scrapper, another reason why I didn't want to put down the escape board prematurely. So we'll see how this goes. Yep, going to throw that away right there. We still have a way to retreat, which is golden. They're going to Pal Pad 2 Welders back in, so that was the kind of their plan all along, discarding that Welder. They didn't feel too worried about it. They do have a full bench, though. I assume that they're going to be ready to Victini whenever. What are they going to Welder onto? To draw more cards. Do they have 3 energies in their hand right now? There could be 3 energies, and they're really just looking for a Ninetales to knock out this Golurk. Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. They're down 3 switches, though, so I don't know how many switches they can honestly find, because they, I believe, manually retreated with the Jirachi. So they're going to attach with the Victini. Because of the triple acceleration, that's kind of nice. They do get the Ninetales. We'll see if they use the Ninetales. If they do, that's not good. We do have 14 cards left. It's going to be a little tricky. They do have their 4th and final switch. Going to be going into the Heatran. So like I said earlier, using the Heatran. So then they can reply next turn with a knockout is probably in their best interest right now. We're going to promote the Sableye, because that's going to be our free retreater. We are going to go into right here. We're going to sprint. And there's a triple acceleration right there. That is good. I think we're going to go ahead and go retreat. We only have 9 cards left. So likely we are going to be able to take a knockout next turn. And we're going to save this switch in case they try to gust something up later. And then we're going to take a knockout right here. Draw 2 cards. Hopefully find some stuff that we need. So there's a Golurk right there. That's really nice. We can't evolve. We also have a Tool Scrapper right there, which is good, because then we can take away that Jirachi, because that is their pivot Pokemon right now. That is their holy grail of pivots. And being out of switches, they're not going to be able to switch unless they commit energies to the Jirachis and afford not to Stellar Wish. So it's going to be really interesting how this plays out. They do have Victini Prism Stars, though. We have not seen our Sky Pillars, have we? We have not seen a single Sky Pillar yet to be able to bump this Giant Hearth. So Giant Hearth is very, very dangerous when you're talking about this matchup specifically because of something like Ninetales. But honestly, we're in a little bit of trouble. If we can find our last Pokemon catcher and a Twin Energy would definitely be ideal. We play 4 and 4 in the deck. We have no more triple accelerations. Here's going to be a Turtonator. Turtonator is better than Victini Prism, in my opinion. But how many energies are they down? They look like they're going to have a Welder here, or they're just going to give up. They're going to give up that Turtonator. They're going to put away Jirachi. Let's see what they go get. An Eldegoss. So here's where they go. Welder. Maybe they play Scoop Up Net. This looks like a pretty decent Rebel Clash build. So here we go. I think Crushing Hammer is definitely okay to use. We're going to do that right there. We're going to Tool Scrapper away this, kind of making their Jirachis ineffective because I don't think they're playing Scoop Up Nets. I feel like I've already would have seen one. We're going to evolve this guy right here. I'm going to Sprint. So I don't think we could go into this Sableye right here. We are going to sprint away. We're only going to have 4 cards left. So if we don't find a Twin Energy, which is that right there, but we don't have a Pokemon catcher. I'm going to Mysterious Treasure away this. We're going to grab the Golurk. We don't have another Pokemon catcher. It is in the prizes, which is not great. And oh boy, this is tough. 3 cards left. We're going to put this guy right there. We're going to have this Acrobike. We're going to have to naturally draw into what we need. We're going to go here. We're going to Fist of Antiquity. We're not going to use the Zebstrikas anymore. We've done them a little bit too much. There's a Great Ball. Not really going to help us at all. Gotta get that Twin Energy, though. Gotta get that Twin Energy. They do take a knockout still with Victini, but if they decide to take a knockout with the Victini, then what's going to happen? Then what's going to happen, everybody, is I'm going to take a knockout on that. And then I'll almost be home free. Not exactly, but it'll be much more in my favor. And it looks like they're going to go Jirachi. Maybe they give up a Jirachi? Nope, they're going to manually retreat into this Victini. Probably a good idea. Also, a Welder incoming. Probably going to use that for a Victini Prism, I would think. They're going to go in with Eldegoss. Okay, they're going to try to make a wall here. We've got 2 cards left. We do have a switch. I guess they could grab energy. But we're just going to have to go Fist of Antiquity. Because we can't try to deck them out. Because we will definitely deck out first. We only have a couple turns left. But they're just going to do that. I'm going to Crushing Hammer them. We're going to get rid of this. We are going to Fist of Antiquity. And hopefully we get our Pokemon catcher. So we knock everything out in one hit. There's a Twin Energy right there. That's going to be really, really good. There's Pokemon catcher. I feel like this is about to be my trump card here. Because they're going to take a knockout. And then I'm going to myself reply with a knockout with this Twin Energy. Here's a Ninetales. So Ninetales, if they retreat into this Ninetales, that could actually be really, really problematic. Because that would mean we need to hit heads off the Pokemon catcher. That is exactly what they're going to do. They have found their game plan. And it all comes down to this. I'm going to say, well played. I'm going to give them a heart. I'm going to show them this Pokemon catcher. And they are going to win. Phew, that was close. We're just going to pass. And that's going to be an L because we cannot take a knockout. GG's to my opponent. Well played. Well played. Very close match, though. Very close match. There goes Icy. We are going first. So this is a deck that decides to not go first. Very interesting. I'm also pretty scared about this hand right now. Probably could have let off with Sableye. That probably would have been a better idea. And it's going to be a Reshiram. Okay, so we're going to put that guy down in case we get donked, because this is definitely a welder build. We're going to put the Blitzel down. That's going to be very, very nice, because we can Zeb Strike in next turn. Why not Excavate? And I think we're just going to discard that, because we're not going to need it the next turn, because we're going to evolve this Blitzel. So, might as well get rid of it. But starting out, 2 Ordinary Rods in our hand again. That is the 3rd game in a row, I believe, that Ordinary Rod is in my hand in the very beginning. So very unfortunate on my part. Alright, so they're going to do Zeraora. Now, Zeraora says everything with lightning energy. So that is going to very, very much help this Heatran be able to escape. All they have to do is attach Ends Resolve. So this is a very, very aggressive build. They threw away Giant Heart, Tag Switch, Welder. A lot of good cards. But they're going to be able to get a knockout here, sadly. So there's going to be that. We'll still be able to sprint, though, which is very, very nice. We'll put this Sableye up front. We are going to attach this Escape Board on it. We might as well use this Pokemon Catcher. Does not work. We're going to evolve. We are going to Ordinary Rod the Golurk back in, so then we can find it later, and then we are going to sprint. We do find a Golurk and a Blitzel. We're going to find a Pokeball as well. Not do anything with it, though. And then we are going to Excavate. Tool Scrapper. I think that Tool Scrapper is going to be fine to get rid of. I don't know if they're really playing tools. Didn't see any in the beginning, but we're just going to pass here. We do have the Golurk to be able to hit right there. They're going to take 2 quick prizes, though, which we definitely don't like that, but we can manage. They do have to discard energy every time they attack. This is going to be one singular energy that they are discarding with that. And we're going to put up Golurk. And here we go. All right, we're going to get an Acrobike. That's pretty good. We'll be able to see at least 6 cards from here. We're going to go Audino. And we're going to discard a switch, but maybe in case we get something to be able to switch, we can switch into Audino. We are going to get the Triple Excel, which is really nice, and a Zeb Strika. We're going to attach this right here. We're going to Great Ball as well. We're not going to grab this Golurk, though, because we are going to sprint. So then maybe we can get another Golurk down. We are going to get another Golurk down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to Pokeball. It's not going to. We'll have to discard the other card that we get from the draw, so then we don't have to discard the Twin Energy, and there's 160 damage. We may take 3 prizes next turn. We may take 3 prizes, or if they can't get 2 energies on the field from a Welder, it looks like they might be getting to Dedenne. Another Reshiram. I could see them retreating into this Reshiram. They could use Ends Resolve. Yep, they could, and they may be able to retreat. They do have to have another one, but wow, that was a lot of energies right there. That was better than a Welder. They're going to Dedenne, so they are going to look for another switch card or some sort of switch. They are down 2 switches, so that is good. They got a Vitality Band right there. It's not going to matter in this matchup too much. I already threw away Tool Scrapper, but the math doesn't really fare. So we are going to take 3 prizes here. All he needs is 2 energies. So put that bad boy right there. And I think I'm going to go risky, and I'm going to lead with Golurk because we can get a Golurk. And we didn't grab a Golurk. That was what I was afraid of, grabbing a Golurk. But we're going to go right here. We are going to evolve this big guy. We are going to attach the Twin Energy. We're going to sprint. See what 4 cards we get out of this. Crushing Hammer is actually pretty good. They do play a Welder build, so Fire Energy is their accelerant. So we're going to put that away. We're going to make Audino our pivoter. We're going to put down Golurk. We're going to Acrobike. This is tough. This is very, very tough. I think we grab this Pokemon Catcher. No, because we're going to be able to take a knockout. Ideally, the reason that I'm going to say no is because we're going to be able to take a knockout here, all right? We're not going to really be in a position. Maybe we are going to be in a position to chase. But we're already down, what is it, 2 Golurks, 3 Golurks, 2 Golurks. So I think maybe we grab this mysterious treasure. This could probably guarantee us a Golurk next turn. And we got 19 cards left. I don't necessarily want to sprint too much because we are going to take 3 prizes right here. Tool Scrapper, not the greatest thing in the world, but it's fine. Nice. We do get an Ordinary Rod and a Triple XL. The Triple XL will be able to matter. We can actually Mysterious Treasure away this Tool Scrapper if we really want to. This tells me that they don't have the Lightning Energy. They are going to have the Lightning Energy now because of the Tapu Koko. So they're going to Dance of the Ancients. And I think we're going to be okay as long as we can constantly find Golurks and energy. We didn't have to throw away too much energy as of right now. So I think we're sitting pretty dandy, actually. Because we just need 2 hits on this guy. And we have 3 ways to gust still. I'm sorry, 2 ways to gust still. So it could work out. They are going to be able to retreat and go into this Reshiram Zekrom. They're going to use Fabled Flare Bolts. Or I'm sorry, Full Voltage. That's the GX of Zeraora. So they're going to try to do kind of what our last opponent did. And they're going to try to use kind of bigger mons to hit that longevity. So what we're going to do, I think first we're going to switch into this Autono right here. We're going to Mysterious Treasure away this Tool Scrapper. We're going to grab this Golurk to evolve right here. We definitely want to see, though, a Pokemon Catcher. So we grab that. There's a Pokemon Catcher. If we hit heads on this, which we do, bring up this Reshiram and Zekrom. That is bonkers. I could see them retreating, though. So that is the only downside to what we got going on here. I think I'm going to go into this Golurk because of the triple acceleration. I don't want that going to waste. So we're going to go here. We're going to go Ordinary Rod, shuffle some Pokemon, a.k.a. Golurk and Golett. And then we are going to retreat into this guy. We're going to sprint so we get 4 cards in our hand. Another Pokemon Catcher, so that's actually really, really nice. We're going to Great Ball, see if we can get a Golett. Nice. We've got the other Pokemon Catcher here. If he tries to run away and we hit heads, that would be game. It's a little bit risky. It's a little bit high roll, but this deck is pretty much high roll. We are running with a deck with no supporters. That is a deck that only hits 160. It evolves. It's rogue. It's fared very, very well in our matches so far. Hopefully, it can continue. Now, the only problem that I see, if they go Ends Resolve, and they can get off an Ends Resolve, Crossbreak GX Plus could do a lot of damage because they could hit 170 in 2 different places, the active and somebody on the bench that may have energy. So we'll see how this plays out. They're going to Ordinary Rod some stuff. What are they going to Ordinary Rod? Another Reshiram and some energies. Probably the Reshiram 1 so they can so they can use Ends Resolve and have a less chance of decking out later in the game, but also maybe provide another wall. So they're going to be using Plasma Fists here. And that is all right. Already down 3 catchers. It's all coming down to this one Pokemon Catcher. Oh boy, we're going to Hearing first. It's going to grab an Acrobike Pokemon Catcher. Alright, we're going to grab this guy up here, and we're going to say GG's to our opponent, knocking out a Reshiram and Zekrom, and that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching atrocious gameplay. This deck can function against a lot of others. We saw a lot of great cards. We faced 2 primarily meta decks and one a little bit more of the tier 3 rounds in Reshiram, but it is still a viable deck. And thank you so much for watching this. We're not very good at video games or card games, but we have a fun time doing it. I will see you guys later. Check us out twitch.tv/atrociousgameplay. It's that link over there that you've been seeing the entire video. We play this game 5 days a week. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you really like this meta masher, the Fist of Antiquity, which I don't even know what that definition is. Filthy busted broken deck.